everybody, welcome back to another video on the Geographically Inclined YouTube channel. Pretty quickly after I finished my Greenland challenge, my absolutely awful, terrible, and nightmarish and grueling Greenland challenge, I moved on to something a lot simpler, which is the top 100 cities by population in the American state of Illinois. So I was actually really surprised at how easily I was able to do this. I'm talking like I had all 100 of these cities down in a couple hours, which for me is pretty damn good. I started learning this probably a day ago, and I got literally 100% before I left for work today. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to record then. Otherwise, I totally would have. But now that I'm back home from work, we're going to sit down and we are going to actually 100% this. I actually just did my first review session from the time between I got my first 100% run and the time that I got back from work, and I missed one city and it was obvious as hell. So I'm pretty much set to do this. This is basically a freebie. Like, this might be like one of the easiest things. I don't. It feels so easy to me. It's just so easy. It feels like I'm doing so much, it's so little at the same time with how quickly I'm able to get, you know, just how quickly I was able to memorize these. All right. So as you can see, the fun part of this is obviously going to be the Chicago Metro, because like 80% or something of residents of Illinois lives in the Chicago Metro. So yeah, that's like over 60% of this entire quiz. Probably over that. Actually, I think it's more like 70%. This stuff is all easy. Well, this stuff over here, it wasn't that big of a problem, but I hope it doesn't cause me any problems. It shouldn't. Okay, so we're going to start in the Chicago Metro. I have been to Chicago a couple times. It's a pretty cool place. Okay, let's start. We are going to start down here with Calumet City, Lansing, Chicago, Chicago Heights, Oak Forest, Tinley Park, Orland Park, Oak Lawn, Burbank, Berwyn, Cicero, Oak Park, Elmwood Park, Melrose Park, Elmhurst. Okay, now we are on to Addison, Lombard, then Downers Grove, Westmont. Okay, Woodridge, Bolingbrook, Romeoville, and Lockport. By the way, if you guys ever play Apocalypse Rising 2 on Roblox, y'all know shit about Lockport. Lockport fucks. Lockport is crazy. I love Lockport. Sean, if you're watching this, it's Lockport. We've been to Lockport. We know this. We've been to APOC. Okay, anyways, back to our scheduled programming. Sorry for that interruption. Homer Glen, going down south. New Lenox, Joliet, and then, what is this? Plainfield. Oswego, Naperville, Aurora. Then, this is where we start. Hold on. Okay. I was just spelling Lyle wrong. Lyle, Wheaton. This is Glen Ellen. I think I spelled it wrong, but that's fine. Who cares? If it accepts it, it accepts it. Glendale Heights. Glendale Heights, and then Carroll Stream. Moving on from that, we have Batavia, West Chicago. St. Charles. Shout out to Monopoly. Love St. Charles Place. And then Bartlett. And then, oh, okay, right, we go over here. Hanover Park. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing this wrong. I'm just gonna wing it. Schaumburg. Then up to Elgin. South Elgin. And then, for some reason I always remember this one, but it always takes me a minute. I don't know why. It's Streamwood. And then Hoffman Estates, which sounds like a real estate company. Why would you name a city that? I don't understand that. I'm not going to try to understand it. Elk Grove Village. And then now we are going to get on to this worm of cities right here. We are going to start with Palatine, um, Rolling. No, wait, why did I put an S in there? Rolling Meadows, Arlington Heights, Mount Prospect, uh, DePlain, which I'm assuming that's how you say that. I don't know. And then Park Ridge, and then Niles, the imposter Niles. The real one is in Michigan. Only true humans know that the real Niles is in Michigan. The better Niles. Anyway, what is this? This is Morton Grove, and then Skokie. Wow, I spelled that wrong. Skokie, Evanston, Wilmette, Glenview, Northbrook, Highland Park, which we are not forgetting again. And then, what are these? I know that one's Buffalo Grove. That's Wheeling. Duh. And then, why am I blanking on this? Hold on. We might be cooked. Why would we be cooked on this? This is like the easiest one. Hold on. Shit, bro. There's no way we're gonna be cooked on this. What is this, dude? Dude, this is so easy. Vernon Hills, that's what it is. Let's go, baby. We are going crazy tonight. Vernon Hills, and then that was Mundelein. I don't know how to pronounce that. North Chicago, Waukegan, Gurney, Zion, Round Lake Beach. Going over here, this last cluster in the Chicago suburbs, we have Carpentersville, Algonquin. Oh, also, quick side note. Hold on. Wait, why did I spell this wrong? Okay, Algonquin's right there. Where is it? Yes, this city right here, DePlain. This city is where the 1000 Gex tree is, and I'm just saying for that reason, the city's very special to me because if you know anything about 1000 Gex, it's one of the best albums ever made. It's so good. And I don't even look. I'm gonna be honest. It's because of my ADHD. I can't help it. It's so good. Anyways, enough 100 Gex glazing, which I know many people are gonna disagree with, but I don't care. Suit yourself. What is this? This is Lake in the Hills. Interesting city name there. Then we have Huntley, Crystal Lake, and then Woodstock, and then McHenry. Boom. That is it for Chicago. Now, branching out, we have DeKalb. That is, I'm definitely not. I don't think I'm just gonna pronounce it how I always do. Belvedere. Rockford, not Rockport. I was thinking of Lockport. I'm still thinking about APOC. Anyways, Freeport, and then Kankakee, and then Danville. I keep on pausing because I keep on thinking about things that I think about when I hear these cities. Kankakee. There's a line from a song that I really like where this folky guy, is just singing about Kankakee and a hobo who got his legs torn off, and it's quite a narrative. Great song. Anyways, Urbana, Champaign, Normal. Something tells me the city of Normal is not normal. There's got to be something like really fucked up with it. Bloomington, Pekin, Peoria, Galesburg, Rock Island, Moline, Quincy, Springfield, Decatur, and then down here for our last ones, we go Alton, Granite City, uh, that's Edwardsville, and then we have Collinsville, then we have O'Fallon, and Bellevue. Wait, hold on. No, Belleville, you, bro. I'm actually smooth brain. I don't know how. Why did I think Bellevue? I was thinking like I don't know what I was thinking. I was just thinking Bellevue. Anyways, so as I said, that was easy peasy. It took me. Yeah, that was my first try after I reviewed. So that was very easy, and I'm just kind of happy to have this knowledge, because I do not live in the Chicago metro. Well, I never did. My hometown where I live, it's on Lake Michigan, but it is not in the Chicago metro. My hometown is one of those places where all the people from Chicago go when they want a vacation, and that's why my hometown is falling apart because the city government doesn't care about anybody but catering to the tourists. That's why they put breweries anywhere. Anyways, enough venting about the unfortunate demise of my hometown that I grew up in. I didn't even press my touchpad. I don't know why it zoomed in there. Um, so yeah, being around from this area, having been to Chicago multiple times, kind of being within the distance, a mere couple hours away. My dad works like 45 minutes away from Chicago. Being around that area, you just kind of want to, you know, especially somebody like me, like I got to know these places, right? If somebody says they're from, let's Morton Grove, Illinois, and I'm gonna be like, some people might be like, oh, that's, I'm gonna guess this by St. Louis, and I'm gonna know that now. I have that information now. I'm gonna be like, oh, so I'm not gonna say you live in Chicago because that goes against everything I think about. If you live in Morton Grove Village, you don't live in Chicago, but you live in a Chicago suburb. So I'm gonna know that now. I got that in my head now, which I find to be very valuable knowledge. And hey, that's why I learned geography, isn't it? Just so, because I get a big dopamine rush from knowing that I know this. So that's enough talking about why I like learning geography. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Next video is gonna be interesting because unfortunately, despite my best efforts, I cannot find any version of something like this or like the one I did for Wisconsin for Indiana for the 100 biggest cities on a map quiz on Jetpunk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on City Quiz instead, and I mapped out the 100 biggest cities. I have like an actual link to a completed City Quiz game where I inputted the top 100 cities sorted by population. So I'm gonna go off that, and that's how we're gonna do the quiz for the 100 biggest cities in Indiana, which I'm excited for because I've spent so much time in my life in Indiana, so because I live on the border, and it's just gonna be nice, like I said, to have that information, and it's just gonna be cool learning a bit more about the kind of just general area in which I grew up in. So anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.